We have a program today called Voices of Literacy. Okay, and one of the things that they wanted to do was make the different districts in the valley aware of MyOn Reading. MyOn Reading is a program that teaches literacy, okay, at all grade levels. And one of the things that we're doing in our district, Weslaco, of course, is that we have our 0 to 3 Weslaco Reads. It's a pilot program that we got through MyOn when we purchased a 3-year agreement. They also gave us a 3-year pilot, completely free to the community. It's such a great program that what we wanted to do is we wanted to share it with other districts. And some of the reactions that we're getting from some of the participants is that they're excited. They want to propose it at their district. We have several superintendents here, okay, in attendance, and of course assistant superintendents for curriculum and instruction, and curriculum directors, and I think we even have a couple of teachers. But again, there's enough of an interest, okay, that they want to do something.
MyOn just fits right into it.
Well, this is a good session that is being hosted by Weslaco ISD, because it's interesting how Weslaco is already getting ahead by providing reading in the early childhood from 0 to 3 and incorporating technology. So this is a good step for the rest of us school districts around the valley to pick up on, and also try to bring in reading and technology as early as possible, like Weslaco is doing it from 0 to 3. And this is a great idea. It's a great concept to have in all our schools, because it's important to incorporate technology and reading as early as possible.
Well, this was a wonderful opportunity to share ideas and what we're trying to do to move literacy forward in, I guess, the entire Rio Grande Valley. We know it's a fundamental skill that children have to be successful. And we also know that even though there's lots of technology, we know at this present time that we're needing to prepare children for jobs that really don't exist. But we know that the core of any job is that you have to be able to read.
Well, this program, MyOn, especially in the 0 to 3, because of the reading, because of the exposure to the text and of course the words, will help them to narrow that gap, consequently making them more successful.
Let me tell you, coming from a very small district and as the instructional leader, I was excited about being here. I knew that my time is very limited, but in sitting here and first of all, just listening to the testimonials before it even got started and what people are doing and how they've taken it to a different level, the MyOn, going to be very beneficial in my district. Very, very beneficial. It's simple. All it takes is really the people to get it going, but the need is there, and it's exciting.
You know, develop a love of reading.
Well, what I want to take back is I like the concept that Weslaco has, 0 to 3, with MyOn and technology and reading, because that's how our students are learning today, is by having technology and a device. And if they have the device, those kids are going to read, and that's going to be their motivator and their motivation, to have that device and get the kids to read. And if we get them to read, that's how they're going to be more academically successful.
The approach that I use is I decided to take the BYOD approach, bring your own device. And the reason that I thought about that is because I saw that the kids always want the latest and greatest. And those that can afford it, you know, will provide it for their children. Surprisingly, sometimes you'll see parents that are very poor, but they see that their kids want something so that they can fit in with the other kids that have these devices. So they'll make sacrifices to provide it for them. So realizing that, you know, this was a trend, the BYOD only made sense because most kids will have devices with them. So that alleviated the number of devices that we had to provide at the campus level. We're more than glad to help any districts that are trying to get into BYOD, to show them what we've done that has helped us, because really that's about the only way that a lot of these districts are going to be able to have devices and make them available to students if they allow them to bring their own. The legislature is cutting budgets tremendously, and you know, all districts are suffering in terms of being able to have enough funds to meet just normal operating expenses, much less provide devices for every single student.
When they said about, you know, McAllen, of course, they have their one-to-one, and I know that because of the size of my district, that might be impossible. But then when I listened to Dr. Alejandro speak about, well, you know, bring your own device, well, that is something that I'm already looking into. Maybe it can be a combination depending on the grade level.
Well, we're always looking for innovative resources and what we can do to meet all our children. whether they be in a dual language program, whether they be in an all English program, whether they be in special ed, where they have special needs. And we also know that we need to support our families. So we want to be able to find something that'll reach out and be interactive, not just for the children, but for the parents as well. We know that parents are our first teachers in the home, and we want to instill that.
The parents and the community are also a critical factor. So everybody has to be saying how valuable education is, how important 21st century is, and then all of us together, you know, will make this child successful. There's a Chinese proverb that kind of relates to this, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, you know, it's the same thing. It takes a whole community, okay, community meaning everybody, the city, the school, everybody, helping to make this child successful, every single child. So parents, community, the whole district, every single person is important for the success of every single one of our students.